Here we go, people. We are back at you guys once again with a brand new podcast.
Oh no, not another motherfucking podcast.
Oh, yeah, we are back. And I'm not exactly sure what we're going to be talking about this time around, other than I did want to start off by talking about Carl Weathers.
Yeah, rest in peace, Carl Weathers.
Yes, who passed away, I guess, on February 1st of 2024. That sucks, man.
Yeah, he was 76, man.
Yep, he's getting up there, and obviously he's most well known for the first four Rocky films.
Yep, Apollo Creed, baby.
Yep, he was pretty good in those films, man.
Yeah, it's funny, the first two, like, he was the champion, the man to beat, and then, Rocky beats him in the second one, and in the third one, he's, like, became, like, Rocky's new, like, trainer.
Right.
Helping him get in shape to fight Mr. T, and then, they have at the end, I always love the end of Rocky 3 when they're doing their little sparring deal.
Yeah.
When they're in the ring, they're going around, and it's funny, like, they're showing Apollo, and he's, like, sticking in movies, like, look out now, you don't want none of this, come on. He's like, look at him fly. And they end it with, like, two of them, like, throwing a punch at each other, and right when it get ready to connect, they freeze frame it, and they hit the Eye of the Tiger music.
Yeah,
and
there's some good music.
Yeah, that was just such a badass ending. Like, they even did, like, the shot of the freeze frame of them, and then went into, like, different, like an art picture or something, and it's just like that's a badass way to end a movie, you know.
And a hell of a good movie. And I think the fourth one starts off right where the third one ended, pretty much.
Yeah, it shows him coming home, and he's talking to his sons, like, who hit you in the eye? He's like, same friend. It's like talking about his friend got him a hat for, it was like, who socked you in the eye? He's like, same friend.
Right. He's like, who got you that hat or something? My good friend or something like that.
Yeah, he talked about who hit him in the eye, and he's like, same.
Yeah. Same friend. It's crazy. And that was also a fantastic movie. But also, I mean, Carl Weathers was also in Predator, which is a damn good film.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, Action Jackson, which he...
Yeah, dude, there was a part in Action Jackson I thought was so stupid. When he gets in the car, and he's, like, chasing after somebody, he's like, hotter, hottest.
Right, because the car had a commercial.
Yeah, it was like, it's just like the way he was saying, like, every time he shifted gears, he's like, hot.
Right. He's copying off the commercial in the movie, and that's like totally 80s,
Yeah, I mean, 80s, dude, the 80s had some...
cool movies.
Some of the coolest movies.
Yeah, it had its own organic vibe, man.
You saw stuff in movies in the 80s that you don't see in movies today.
Right. So it's pretty different. And also, he was in Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, he was also played a part in Little Nicky.
Yeah, Little Nicky, which it says he was uncredited for. Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, that's fucked up.
But yeah, Happy Gilmore is a hell of a good film with Adam Sandler.
Yeah, it sucked though. He got killed off in the movie. You see that damn alligator head, and
he went out the window.
He's like, you remember the alligator that took your hand? Well, I got his head. He's like, ah, jump!
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
That was an awesome movie, but the whole Happy Gilmore movie was cool.
Oh yeah. It was good. It was good casting too. It was cool that he casted Carl Weathers in that film.
Yeah.
They just tap it in now. Just tap it in. Little tap, tap, tap.
Happy Reunion.
Yeah. Golf movie. Yeah, that was a pretty good movie.
We're talking about the Rocky movies earlier.
Yeah, he was in 1 through 4 as Apollo Creed.
Dude, like, it was cool they played him in that kind of role, but then in 4, having him get fucking killed by Dolph Lundgren.
Right. Because he was such a powerhouse.
Yeah, but...
He was like an unstoppable force.
Yeah, and plus, that Dolph Lundgren was so tough and strong, but the fact that, you know, Carl Weathers went into that fight, like they were saying, he was unprepared, he was, you know, like over the hill at that point, and he just was making, like, you know, a show out of it. Like, you know, having James Brown sing him to the ring. And,
well, right, that's why they said it's only supposed to be an exhibition match.
And that's what, yeah, the guy saying after the first round, like, this is only supposed to be an exhibition.
Yeah.
An exhibition.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be this ultimate boxing match. Plus, it wasn't. You're not going in the ring to kill somebody, you dumb fuck. You know.
Yeah, it's like, you know, that's like boxing's about like proving you're the best, not going in there and like fucking killing.
That's why I always hated that dialogue that Dolph gave, where he says if he dies, he dies. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that was kind of, to me, felt unnecessary.
Yeah, extremely unnecessary. You would never say that in real life. Why the hell would you say something like that even in a movie?
Yeah,
this isn't, you know, this is a boxing movie. This isn't some sort of action film where people getting shot up.
No, this is like, he's just like, if he dies, he dies.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, no, man, I would have totally cut that out of the film.
Yeah, I would have cut that. And I wouldn't have, like,
I wouldn't have never even said that.
I thought it'd been cool if they wouldn't have killed off Carl Weathers. Like,
yeah, even Stallone regretted that. I've seen him in interviews saying, you know, if you had a choice to go back, would you have killed him? He said, not in a million years. He says, I would have kept him living and maybe had him paralyzed or something like that.
Can you imagine if they would have kept him alive and then later on did the Creed movies with his son?
Right.
And they could have brought him in and, like...
had him help train him or something?
Yeah, you know, but I mean, they still could have had him, like, you know, wheelchair bound or something from, you know... But, dude, that would have been, like... That would have been cool.
That would have been cool. Also, what would have been cool is... They should have... Well, I haven't seen Creed 3 yet.
I haven't.
But I've only seen Creed 1 and 2. And I always thought they should have brought Carl Weathers' character back in a like a dream sequence.
Yeah.
Where he's talking to his son about something or something. You know, I think that would have been cool as hell if they would have done that in part 2.
They could have brought him in and they could have CGI'd him to make him look like, you know, like how he would have looked in, you know, like Rocky 4 or whatever when he did get killed, you know.
Right, they could have.
And they could just be like, look, son, don't make the same mistake I did. Don't get in a fight that you know you win. That
would have been interesting if they did that in, like, Creed 2. Bring him back.
Yeah, especially if they would have done that in Creed 2, knowing that he was stepping in the ring with fucking Dolph Lundgren's son.
Right. It would have been interesting, I think.
Like, I think so, too. I think, you know, if they would have had a sequence where he would have looked in the mirror and he would have saw his, like, dad's reflection.
Right.
And it's giving him a speech like, "Don't do this, boy."
It's kind of like in the Scream movie where they brought back the original killer, the daughter.
Yeah,
you know,
it's Scream 5. Right. The girl like looking in the mirror and like Skeet Ulrich is like appearing like just like how he looked in the very first Scream movie,
telling her shit. You know.
And, yeah, like he's telling her like, you know, like he's like, "Come on, kill," like telling his daughter, like, you know, be like me, you know.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool when you bring back, you know, older characters.
And that was they brought, not only did they bring him back in the 5th one to do that, but he was also, they had him in the same deal in part 6.
Oh, okay, I've never seen either film as of yet.
Yeah, I mean, I just recently picked those up, and I, you know, recently, and they are cool. Like
Yeah.
Like, it's not like how some of the earlier Scream movies where they were kind of corny, like Scream 3 and all that.
Right.
The 5 and 6 was like way more like back into that serious, like,
Tone.
watch your back, you know.
Oh, yeah, interesting. Yeah, at some point I'm definitely gonna pick them up and watch them because I always liked the first Scream film. I always thought it was pretty good, cool for its time, and we weren't expecting Drew Barrymore to get taken out at the beginning. You know.
You know what? You didn't expect that either. Like, you didn't expect, like,
I don't think anybody did.
Like a big name actress, like,
right, getting taken out,
to just get taken out like that
right.
within the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Something like that. And that was pretty interesting. They did the same thing in part 2, didn't they, with Jada Pinkett Smith?
Yeah, dude, they did that with a lot of, like, pretty much all the Screams. Like, they had, like, a known character get killed off, like, right at the beginning. Like, they did, like, Drew Barrymore in the first one, second one, Jada Pinkett Smith.
Right.
The third one, that, what's his name, Liv Schreiber, the guy that was... he was in 1 and 2. He got killed off in the third one. The fourth one, that was kind of have you seen 4?
Yeah, I have, but I haven't seen it in a long time.
What do you remember how they started it? They were kind of doing like they did like a scene where a girl gets Ghostface kills someone, and it turns out it's a movie that a girl's watching, and then like it goes into one of them getting killed, and it's like, no, that's a movie. And then, like, what the fuck?
Yeah. That's interesting. It's interesting.
They changed it up in Scream 5 because they had Jenna Ortega, who's, becoming like a big name actress now.
Yeah.
They had her in a situation like Drew Barrymore at the beginning where she gets attacked and she gets like totally fucked up, like her leg gets broken, she gets stabbed, and like the killer's got her like dead to rights where he's about to bring knife down on her, and shows her like screaming, and then they cut to where like Scream 5 or Scream or whatever they called it, and you find out later on that she didn't get killed, like the guy didn't kill her.
I think they just called Scream 5 Scream, which is retarded. Yeah. I hate when they do that. I swear I hate that.
Yeah, it's like they did that with the fucking the fourth Fast and Furious film where they just simply called it Fast and Furious.
Yeah, they did that with Rambo 4. They just called it Rambo. It's like, what the fuck? The fuck, yeah, same thing with Halloween. The newer ones with Jamie Lee Curtis. The first one was just called Halloween. It's like we already got a fucking original Halloween. Don't call it just Halloween.
We got an original Halloween, a Rob Zombie Halloween.
Right.
And we had a reboot of Halloween. So we got 3 movies out there just called Halloween.
Yeah. So you gotta be kidding me. They do that with like a lot of films. It's ridiculous.
That's how they done, like I said, they started to do with the Fast and Furious movies. So they called it like Fast and Furious 4, Fast and Furious 5. They called it like...
They switched it up every time, like Fast 5, the Furious 6 or something like that.
No, it was Fast 5, I think it was called Furious 6.
Yeah, it's like, what? Why can't we just stick with...
Furious 6.
Yeah.
And then 7th one was Furious 7.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then I think the 10th one was just Fast X.
Yeah.
It's like, why do you change the fucking name every time? Just call it Fast and the Furious 1, Fast and the Furious 2. What's with these fucking oddball names?
I know, right?
It's just, I don't get it. Weird.
It is like, it's like you can't just leave it at like, Fast and the Furious. You can call it Fast 5, Furious 6, Furious 7.
And whatever the 9th film is called.
Fast 9.
Was it Fast 9?
Yeah.
Jeez. Gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah, but
It's crazy. It's funny though.
it's funny how you think of those movies. How the first one starts off like just being like a street racing movie, and kind of like a small little like heist movie.
Right.
And then it's like, as the movies went on, it just became more about fucking like the big heist rather than, and
Yeah.
you really see.
Well, the first movie was really more realistic and grounded, and as time goes on, now they're in fucking outer space.
Yeah,
You know.
outer space in a fucking Pontiac Fiero.
Yeah. We might have talked about this in past videos. I'm not
We
sure.
probably have, but I mean,
Yeah, it's just like, well, where else are you guys gonna go to the sun next and then fucking set up, fucking fight each other in the fucking sun?
yeah,
It's like, come on. I understand those movies make a lot of money at the box office, but it's just like, man, let's come back to reality and go more grounded, guys. You guys are going through fucking, like, one of them. They went through a building window, flying to another building window.
yeah, hundreds of feet up in the air, and it's
Right.
like, first of all, you couldn't just drive a car straight out the window into another
Right.
Like that car would, as soon as you go out the window, that car would instantly go straight down.
It would pretty much, go straight down. I
And,
mean,
they would have to have a ramp to fucking get that upwards force to make it
Right.
across to that other
because
building.
going through a window would slow you down big time.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
plus, like, you're just going, as soon as you ain't got no ground in you, that car's just gonna fucking drop.
Yeah, it's so over the top now that it's like almost like a comedy to me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
they're cool movies for what they are. It's just I prefer the first one because it's more grounded, like I said.
Yeah, and it was just more simple, like street racing, badass cars,
Right.
cool scenes, had a lot of good music in the movie.
Right.
And it's just like, man, this is a cool fucking movie right here. Like, that's simple formula right there.
Right. And whatever happened to the guy? There was one guy in there that says, not right now, Pizza Boy. And what happened to his character?
Yeah, they've explained basically what happened to every other character, but you never hear, ever since the first one, nothing about him.
Right.
Like, the last thing you hear about him is when he asked Vin Diesel in the first one, he's like, "Where's Leon and Letty?" He's like, "They're long gone."
Huh.
And it's like he's never like heard from again. But you hear from, you see what happened to Vince or Michelle Rodriguez, and
Yeah.
it's pretty obvious that Jesse kid fucking died. Getting shot in the chest like
Hell
that.
yeah. It's funny though, because Michelle Rodriguez's career was going down, right? So they had her killed off in part 4, but then when Avatar came out, her career popped again, and so they twisted it around to where, well, she didn't actually die; she got saved.
Yeah, I remember that. Like, if in Fast and Furious 4,
Yeah.
she apparently gets killed off. They have a big thing for it, and then they have Fast 5, and at the end of Fast 5, during the credits,
Yeah.
they pass the rock some.
It's funny that happened twice in that Fast and the Furious series, because in part 3, the Chinese guy dies, and then
and he's brought back
he's brought back.
Yeah, ain't it funny that
And Kurt Russell saves his character.
They brought him back in 4, but apparently 4 was before part 3.
Right. I think same thing with 5 and 6 were prequels to part 3.
Like, they show at the end of 6, like, that's what goes into 7. Like, so 3 really should have been part 6. If you think in Fast and Furious timeline, like
6 or 7, right?
Yeah, because 7 was the one when they brought in Jason Statham, when they introduced him at the end of 6, supposedly killing him, and
right.
Yeah.
Isn't that something though?
Yeah, it's like Dominic Toretto. You don't know me. you're going to.
Yeah. So Jason Statham starts off as a bad guy, but then
He becomes like fucking, and then like
right, he becomes a good guy.
Fate of the Furious, he winds up like becoming a good guy, basically,
Right.
like helping out The Rock and all of them.
Right.
And,
Oh, well, let's not forget the spin-off movie Hobbs and Shaw,
yeah, which
they teamed up for The Rock, and they went and kicked some ass in that movie.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? Roman Reigns played a part in that as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So we got The Rock, Roman Reigns in there, and Jason Statham, and that made a lot of money at the box office too.
That's another movie where they did something that I would not believe would have happened. Like a group of them guys riding in like cars and stuff could grab a hold and they could take down a fucking helicopter.
Yeah. Next, I bet you Fast 11, they're gonna pull the moon down.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, oh, they're gonna totally just stop like a fucking. They're gonna stop a volcano.
Yeah, something like that, right? Right. They're gonna drive into a volcano and drive in circles to where they don't get hurt whatsoever.
Yeah, and they come out like nothing happened.
Yeah, they went in and they came out just fine. Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't like what they did with I forgot his name from Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious 3, where he was a normal guy in the third one, but in like the eighth or ninth film, something like that, they made him a goofball.
Yeah, I think his name is Lucas Black, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and the third one, he was like the cool guy, like, you know, becoming like the new Drift King.
Right.
And then like in the ninth one or 10th, or I think it was ninth.
Yeah, it was the ninth one, I believe, where they were
like,
going off into outer space or something.
Yeah, they were doing fucking weird ass shit, like trying to make the weirdest shit go to outer space. Like,
it's like, and he made him like a goofy ass character. It's like, what are you doing?
at least they had him, you know, he got to reunite with Han, you know, seeing that he was still alive. Like,
right.
But I just still feel like that's impossible how they could have made him live, because you watch him, like, how did Lucas Black not see him get rescued? Because when you see him running towards, like, he's looking right at him the whole time. The only time he stopped looking at him is when the car blew up.
Well, they could do anything in the movies, man.
I know.
It's crazy. Kill off the character, bring him back.
Yeah, they did that. They did that with him. Now, from what I understand, they did that because I haven't seen the 10th one yet. But they did that with the girl that he liked.
Oh yeah, the one, I forgot her name, but I believe that's the same girl that played Superwoman.
Yeah, and she gets fucking, like, you see her like get thrown off the plane.
Right, I think that's the 6th film.
Yeah, and everybody's saying, like, how the fuck could she survive that? Then somebody was saying, like, something making sense, like, you know, if you go back and you watch, they weren't really that far off the ground.
Yeah. Oh,
like she could have took that fall out of that plane like that.
Or maybe she hit something soft or hit a lake or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I haven't seen the movie yet, so I don't. I'm not sure.
But yeah, I haven't seen it either. But there's reports that she's back in this movie.
Yeah. I don't know.
And I'm just like, wow. So you're just gonna do that? So you're just gonna
kill off characters and bring them back. Yeah,
you know?
That's something. That's a trip, man.
Yeah, they did that with Michelle Rodriguez. They did that with Han.
Right.
Now they do that with him. And what's next? They're gonna fucking bring back John Cena that fucking same way.
Well, next they're gonna bring back Paul Walker, CGI his ass back.
Yeah, dude. They made you think at the end of 9 that he was damn pulling up, like, at the end in his damn blue Skyline or whatever, and you're making it totally clear and you don't even see who it is. And then in the 10th movie, they don't even. It's like it's not even explained.
Ain't that
like that was just totally forgotten about. And I was just like, wait, what the fuck?
You gotta love movies, man.
Yeah,
Just
I know.
certain ones, they just go way left field, man.
They do.
It's,
I mean,
it's pretty wild. But they make so much good money at the box office. That's why they keep making them.
yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of people out there that they voice their opinion in the Fast and Furious movies, and they're always saying like they need to just stop making these movies now. Like there's so many, they've gone so far out there with the movies. And,
Right.
It's
like, what else can you do?
Yeah.
What else do you think that you need to go through?
I have no idea, but I did see that they brought in Jason Momoa to be the bad guy in Fast 10. I thought it was cool, giving him the storyline that he's the bad guy from Part 5's son, and he's after them to try to thinking that he's trying to get back the money that they took.
Yeah.
And supposedly from I seen a couple clips from it, and he is like a true badass motherfucker, flashy, driving a cool ass car. Like, what's up, Dominic Toretto?
Speaking of cars, what are some of your favorite cars in movies? Like maybe the Fast and Furious movies. Do you have a favorite car out of any of those films?
I do have one favorite out of all the Fast and Furious movies that I thought was a cool car, and that was the car in I think it was Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
The car that Lucas Black drove when he was in high school.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
A fucking old school, it was old school Monte Carlo, and he winds up racing that one kid with the Dodge Viper, and I like how he's driving towards that house that was being built, and he's just like looking at it like, oh well, and he just drives through the damn house. Fucking, I love the song they picked for that fucking scene. They picked Kid Rock.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, that ball with the ball, the bang, the bang.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Speaking of Tokyo Drift, I like that they casted Sonny Chiba in that film.
Yeah,
I was kind of shocked by that. Because usually he's a Japanese actor who was awesome in the 70s, kicking everyone's ass in the Street Fighter movies, and
it's always cool. Ain't it always cool when they bring back somebody you haven't seen in a long time?
Yeah. It's nice to see an actor that you haven't seen in a long time, and then all of a sudden he pops back in something. You're like, oh, far out.
You're like, whoa! I didn't even realize that was him.
Right.
Like that happened in I think what was it? Scream. Was it 5 or 6? Where? No, it was at 6. What's his name? Dermot Mulroney.
What about him?
Remember, he was in the Scream movies, and I didn't even realize it was him.
Yeah.
Until I read the credits at the end, I was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, you don't see him in movies too often, I don't think.
No. Remember him in fucking in the first Young Guns movie?
Yeah.
Hey, you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, they got all messed up in that film.
They're messed up on that peyote shit.
Yeah. That's a hell of a good movie, man.
Reap the whirlwind, Sheriff Brady. Raping.
Yeah, that was a serious scene in the film. I love that film, man. You want to talk about a good movie?
Yeah.
Young Guns is fantastic. And Tom Cruise has a small, small cameo in there.
Yeah, he's like, hey, I see you got Charlie Crawford down there with you. We got a lot of people down here with it. He fucking shoots him. He's like, hey, Pippin, Charlie Crawford ain't with you no more.
Yeah. What a movie, man. And, His
Yeah.
brother also gets killed in that film. Where the
Yeah,
guy's
yeah.
like, the old guy's like, says something, he's whatever, let's dance. You know?
Yeah. Oh,
And he ends up killing Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, and like he starts heading for the bathroom and he gets like shot in the neck or something.
Yeah, shot in the, I think he gets shot in the chest or stomach
Yeah.
a couple times.
Dude, yeah, you know what, the one that got killed off in that movie, I was kind of sad to get killed, was the one goofy guy. Forgot his name, but he was the one like oh, what did he say? What was that guy's name?
Well, how did he die?
Remember he had a shootout with that one guy. It's John Kenny.
Oh, damn. You'd have to let me know his name.
He's like, we know Charlie.
Oh, it's the guy that played Charlie, right?
Yeah, he was the guy that was like...
Wasn't his name Casey something?
Yeah, he had like a long last name, I think. Casey.
He was also in that movie, you know what? Let me look it up.
I know I think he has like a weird last name or something.
Wasn't he in the Back to the Future films as well?
Might have been.
Let me, I'll look that up as we're talking about it.
I know, like he winds up like, it seems like, you know, he's scared of that John Kinney guy, and then when they're making their escape, he winds up like facing them, and they wind up like shooting each other, and he winds
Casey
up
Semek. His last name's kind of hard to pronounce.
I know that. I knew it was
Semesco.
Yeah, Samasco or something like that.
He was in 3 O'Clock High.
Yeah.
And he was also in Stand By Me.
Wait, who the fuck was he in Stand By Me?
He was one of the older brothers. None of the younger ones.
Huh.
He was one of the older, or maybe older brother or older friend with Keith Sutherland.
I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch that again because I don't. I haven't really seen him in a lot of movies, which is weird. Only like in the late '80s, and some in the '90s. Ain't that funny? You'll see some actors come in, start really doing like a good deal, doing some movies, and you're thinking, man, this guy is cool as hell, and next thing you know, he just you don't see him for years.
Yep, he was also in Back to the Future 2.
Okay.
He was in Young Guns, 3 O'Clock High.
3 O'Clock High was a great movie, dude.
Yeah, I have that on Blu-ray. It's a pretty good film. Yep. His last film, which I do remember seeing him in, was Public Enemies with Johnny Depp.
Mm-hmm.
But that's weird. I haven't seen him in movies since. I guess he's been just doing TV shows or whatnot. Seems like.
I mean, some people, they're smart. They get into doing movies and they make their money, and it's like, all right, I'm out. I'm going to live a normal life.
Yeah, he was also in The Phantom. I forgot about that movie. I haven't seen that one in a long time with Billy Zane.
I don't think I've ever seen Phantom.
That one has James Remar, Treat Williams, Christy Swanson. She's another one I haven't seen in movies in a long time.
I always thought, but back in the day, dude, she was so cute.
Yeah, I mean, she's known for the movie The Chase.
Yeah, dude, she was. That was probably, to me, she was so cute in The Chase. Like,
plus, Flowers in the Attic.
Yeah, that was a trippy movie.
That movie was messed up, man. I didn't like what they did to them. That old
no,
lady,
I didn't. I mean,
stupid old bitch.
locking your kids up in this big ass attic, and then just like keeping them up there for fucking days and days and days. And
yeah, she was also in a movie called let's see here, Deadly Friend.
Yeah, Deadly Friend. That's a classic.
Yeah, Wes Craven film.
That movie tripped me out at the end. It's like at the end she's like laying there and they're boyfriend's like, saying goodbye to her because she, thinks she's dead, and then like a fucking robot just like busts out of her.
Right. I haven't seen that film in so long. I really can't even remember it.
I haven't either, but I mean, I remember that ending because I remember it shocked the shit out of me, like the robot just busting out of her. Like, wait, how the hell did she turn into a fucking, like, how did a robot grow inside of her?
I don't think that. No, I don't know. I'd have to watch the movie again because I vaguely remember it.
Yeah, but that was a good ass movie too, though, man.
Talking the movie from the 80s, it's crazy.
So I think she was in something else too.
She was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yep, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
You know,
Cool. Another good old school classic film.
Higher Learning, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
She was in Eight Heads in a Duffel Bag.
Yeah, she was the girlfriend.
See, I haven't seen that movie since it probably fucking came out.
Well, guess what? You can go right up to Dollar Tree and get the movie for $1.25.
I might do that.
Cause that's what I did. I wound up getting that a while back.
Oh, she was in Big Daddy with Adam Sandler.
Yeah, remember at the end she winds up working at fucking Hooters.
Yeah. Oh, and she was also in Dude, Where's My Car?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one in a while.
Well, where's your car, dude? Hey, dude, where's my car?
That's a good movie. That's an old school comedy there, classic.
Yeah. I haven't seen that. Like, so I haven't seen that in a while. Like,
yeah, Sean William Scott,
yeah,
Ashton Kutcher.
Playing a couple of stoners, like that was like, that was for a good comedy, like Ashton Kutcher and they were both like just good actors to play comedy roles.
Right. I'll tell you what a damn good Ashton Kutcher film was.
What?
Because it was so well written. It's The Butterfly Effect.
Yeah, I was about to say The Butterfly Effect.
Man,
yeah.
what a great movie, man.
Those
writers are fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, what I liked about it, you've got to see like Ashton Kutcher as a serious actor in that movie. You didn't see him like the goofball like he was in the 70s show or Dude, Where's My Car?
Yeah, and he was in a lot of comedies.
Yeah, but I'm saying, you got to see him like act serious.
Right. And once in a while you'll see him in a serious movie.
Yeah. Well, he did that show called The Ranch that, I mean, he played like his goofy, self, of course, but there was, he would play a serious role from time to time throughout the series.
It says he played a main role in The Ranch from 2016 to 2020.
Yeah, Colt Bennett.
Yep.
That's who he played in there, but...
And it says he was also, in 2023, the 90s show. He played in the pilot.
Yeah, him and Mila Kunis, made an appeence in one episode.
Oh, that's interesting. Because I know weren't they in the 70s show?
Yeah.
It says from 98 to 2006. Wow.
Yeah, but then like I said, now they're trying to do a 90s show where it's like basically like a recast of like different people, like, and the main goal is the main girl is like the daughter of Eric. One of the guys is the son of Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis.
Right.
And they make you think, and because they can't say his name or say anything about his character because he's in prison now, Danny Masterson.
Right.
They make you think that this one girl could possibly be, his daughter, and it's just like, wow, this is actually, a really kind of, it was actually a pretty cool show. Like, he had the same, parents that,
The one guy, got his name, Kurtwood Smith.
Yeah, the main bad guy in RoboCop.
Yeah, he's like they brought him back as the like the old man, and he's still being his good classic self, like
Yeah.
like that Red Foreman character, like my foot's going up your ass.
Yeah. He's in a lot of movies. He wasn't just in, RoboCop. He was also in Rambo 3.
Yeah.
He had a small part in the beginning. Let's see. He was also in Fortress. I haven't seen that movie in a while.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
That one, take a look here. That one's with Christopher Lambert. And that one, as of this podcast, I don't think that's ever even gotten a Blu-ray treatment. I think that only came to like VHS and DVD.
VHS movies.
Oh no! It says the film was released on Blu-ray for the first time by Echo Bridge Home Entertainment in 2013. Oh, okay, so, but I believe they went out of business. I think. I'm not sure, but I would love to see some sort of cool collector's edition of Fortress. That's a cool movie with Christopher Lambert.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in a while.
I tell you, one of my favorite Christopher Lambert movies was I saw that he played such a fucking great character in was a movie called Mean Guns.
That is a cool movie, yes. That's actually getting a really cool Blu-ray treatment this year
Nice.
by MVD. The MVD company, it's called MVD Rewind Collection. That's funny you mentioned that, because, that's getting a really cool collector's edition Blu-ray, which I'm definitely going after.
Yeah, but I remember watching that. I think the first time I ever watched it,
Yeah.
when it first came out, they started putting it up on, like, I think HBO or something.
Yep. A lot of those type of movies would hit HBO back in the late 90s, which was fucking cool, man.
I just thought it was cool because of, like, the way it was set, like, bringing in, like, all these, like, criminals and...
They had to shoot it out.
Yeah, not just shoot it
They
out.
had Ice-T was, I think, the main star of that.
Yeah. He puts them all in, like, a room, and then they drop a bunch of guns and bats.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time, but I'm definitely picking it up.
Yeah, he tells them all, he's like, y'all got 24 hours, last 3 people standing.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? There's another 90s film that needs a Blu-ray
What?
with Lambert, and it's called Gunmen, that Mario Van Peebles and Dennis Leary was in. I forgot all about that film. Damn. Yeah. So, it got a DVD treatment, but I don't think it's ever gotten a Blu-ray treatment. That sucks. Hopefully in the future it will, man. That would be nice to see, because growing up in the 90s, I watched these films a lot, and then here it is, many years later, I forget about a lot of these films.
Oh, I know. That's how I am. That's why, like, back in the day, when me and you used to hit all those video stores and
like Blockbuster
and we'd see movies for sale, and you always run across in the movie for sale pile, like, whoa, I haven't seen this movie in forever. Yeah, they only want $4 for it. Oh, I'm grabbing that. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh, those were the good old days, man.
Yeah, that was great. Like, when you go to, like, places and they have a massive box full of, like, movies for sale, and you'd find, like, all the cool old classics that you remember growing up and watching, and
Right.
you're thinking, oh man, like, watching them all these years later, you're like, man, I ain't seen this movie in so long.
Right. Yeah. I forgot that Christopher Lambert, was in Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance,
Yeah.
and he played Raiden in the first Mortal Kombat film,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. Yeah, you don't see. I don't
he
see
was-
much of him too much anymore, but obviously he's most well known for the Highlander films,
Yeah.
which are pretty cool. And speaking of the Highlander films, in the first Highlander film, there's a big ass wrestling match. You know, and
Oh, yeah.
huh? Have you seen the first Highlander movie?
It's been a long, long time since I've seen
Yeah.
the first Highlander movie.
Yeah, I mean, there's a big wrestling match, and I can't remember all the wrestlers, but I think it's all the Freebirds were in there,
Oh, yeah. Michael Hayes,
right? And
Buddy
all of,
Roberts, Gary Gordy.
right. I had to look this up, but I think there was quite a few, obviously known wrestlers, but I don't think there were any WWF wrestlers in there.
Yeah.
You know, just the Freebirds and all that, a few others, which is pretty cool. But yeah, Highlander is that's a cool movie, man.
Yeah. Which one was it they killed off one of like the main Highlander people?
Well, they killed off Christopher Lambert in Highlander. What was it? Not the third one. I think it was the fourth film.
There was one where I remember watching. I can't remember who.
Highlander Endgame.
They were like, a bad guy had the guy on like a cliff, and like the Highlander guy was like running, like trying to get to him in time, but
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they made a lot of them. I don't think I've seen any past Endgame. And
Yeah.
Endgame is where Christopher Lambert gets killed.
I remember also Edge was in fucking Highlander Endgame.
Was he?
Yeah, because I remember watching the trailer years ago, and they would say, "Oh, this so and so," and WWF superstar Edge, and they showed
Yeah. I think he played a part from like a period piece scene.
yeah,
He was in there. And also Donnie Yen was in there.
that's cool.
You know, I would love to see. I would like to see. I don't think that film ever got a Blu-ray release either.
No,
I know it got like a double disc DVD release.
that's cool though. Mean Guns is getting a damn Blu-ray.
Yeah, that's getting a nice, cool Blu-ray treatment.
That movie was something else, dude. Like his Christopher Lambert's character, like.
I believe he gets killed off in Mean Guns because he ran out of bullets or something, or he
Yeah.
picked up a gun without bullets.
No, that he made it to the last 3 deal, like they were talking about. It was him, just that one girl. She later on, I think, she appeared in Devil's Rejects.
And some other guy.
Yeah, and like when he was like Ice-T came up and was throwing him these guns and like he was gonna shoot the girl, and then he said that showed that his gun didn't have no bullets in it.
Yeah.
And I love Ice-T's love it. He's like, he looks and points. I was like, oh, did I forget to put bullets in your gun?
That's messed up.
And yeah, they wound up. They all get killed, and you realize like that the girl wound up like surviving, and she winds up getting to drive away with the little girl and all the money and shit. Like,
Yeah. That's a cool movie that was directed by Albert Pun.
yeah,
He also directed like films like Cyborg and Nemesis.
yeah,
He did those like low budget action films, and most of them I would say were pretty damn good. You know, and his first film was a movie called The Sword and the Sorcerer, which I love that film. I think it's an 80s classic. But yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he directed Cyborg, which was pretty damn cool. He directed a martial art film called Blood Match, which I have on VHS. Kickboxer 2, which is a damn good film. Nemesis. Knights, that has Gary Daniels in it. And Kathy Long. And she's been in a handful of movies back in the 90s. I think she was like a kickboxing champion.
Yeah.
Let's see, he directed Kickboxer 4, which is pretty good. Nemesis 2, Nemesis 3, Nemesis 4, Mean Guns. Oh yeah, Crazy 6.
Crazy Six. I remember that. I remember that.
That one also had Ice-T in it, but this time around it had Burt Reynolds in it, Mario
Yeah.
Van Peebles. Rob Lowe was the main star in that
Yeah.
film, I believe. Yeah, that's another film in the 90s that we would watch on HBO in the late
Yeah, I
90s.
remember we watched it, and I remember there was this girl that was in the movie. She was like Rob Lowe's girlfriend or something, and they do a job, and like these guys want to execute her, and they're like, "Well, wait, what?" It's like, no, she's been seen, like, I don't know, or something, and she winds up like you know. I guess I don't know. Remember what happened, but I remember she wound up living, and then like later on, she winds up getting like getting basically taken by this like bad guy who like had her tied up and
Right.
winds up like sticking her with a knife, like questioning her, and then like wound up like stabbing her to death.
Damn,
Like, I was just like, dude, that's cold.
that's not good, man. Yeah, it's funny. I'm going over his Wikipedia or his filmography, and yeah, I'm like, yeah, I haven't seen that film in a while. That film.
Yeah, you know what? I do that sometimes too. I get on Wikipedia and look up
Yeah.
different movies. And
Do you remember this one?
which one?
Brain Smasher: A Love Story with Andrew Dice Clay and Terry Hatcher.
You want to know something, dude? I've never watched it.
Really? But don't you remember it?
I remember hearing about it, but I've never watched it.
Yeah, I think I might have seen it once or twice. But yeah, that's weird. I have not seen that film in so long.
Dude, I guarantee if we looked up the whole listing of every movie ever made, I guarantee you there's probably thousands and thousands and thousands upon movies that we've never seen.
Well, of course, we'll never be able to watch every film.
You know?
But I like that's, you know, when you look back at films that came out in the 90s,
Yeah.
and then I'm going over some of them thinking, oh, wow, yeah, I forgot about that, or I haven't seen that one in a while.
Yeah.
You know? That's pretty
Like I said,
cool.
I'll look up a movie, I'll look through the cast and looked up somebody's like filmography and be like,
Yeah.
oh, they played in that movie? I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. Like Mean Guns. Yeah, I haven't seen that in so long. It's like, man, I need to
There was, dude, in me, there was one
see that
scene
again.
in Mean Guns I thought that was kind of messed up,
Hmm.
where there was this one chick in that movie, real good looking woman. She was a badass, and she was making it down to like the last few, and like she was trying to take out like Christopher Lambert, and like she's walking in this area, all of a sudden like Christopher Lambert appears like upside down
Yeah.
with a wire, and you see him like wrap the wire around her neck, and as soon as he does that, they cut it. They don't even show her death. Like it just like you see him like put the wire around her neck, and then it goes to like a scene of the other people,
Yeah.
and then you know they're announced as like the last three, and they're like, she says something about the girl, and she's like, she didn't make it or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn. So he basically, when they showed him wrap the wire around, he basically just like strangled her ass to death.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. There's another movie that I completely forgotten about called Ticker, which has Dennis Hopper in it, Steven Seagal, Ice-T, Tom Sizemore, and Jamie Presley.
Damn.
That is crazy. Good casting. I forgot about that, and I think I might even have that on DVD, I think.
I remember, if I'm not mistaken, it was part of a 4-pack with Beyond the Law and some other movies.
Yeah, it could have been. It also had a single DVD at one time, and I think that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. It's always cool to always go back and look up, like you said, look up 80s and 90s movies.
Yeah,
And like you said, you know, you're just like, wow, I hadn't seen that. Man, that's...
because a lot of times when, you know, back in the late 90s, I would be at home, I would turn on cable, watch HBO, and I would watch those films, you know?
You remember going to the store and buying, like, the blank VHS tapes and just, like, throwing one in and just
recording movies on them? Of course. Yeah. Many times.
I remember I looked back, I had probably dozens of movies on tape.
Well, not just that, you had loads of wrestling on those tapes, too.
I was a diehard fucking wrestling recorder, man. Like every Nitro, every WWF Superstars.
Damn. How many tapes of wrestling do you think you had?
I probably had.
I think you must have had over 100.
Probably enough to fill up easily a couple boxfuls.
Damn.
And I mean, you gotta figure that was, like I said, they started off just being blank VHS tapes.
And would you fill them all the way up?
I'd fill them, yeah. I'd put them on the lowest speed with the 6 hours or whatever. And I would have.
Yeah, you could go like 2 hours, 4 hours, and 6 hours, I believe.
Yeah, I would go all the way to like 6 hours.
EP mode, where it would record slowly and.
Yeah.
Damn, would you record the commercials with that, or would you, like, pause?
I mean, if I had to, like, because, you know, back in the day, I had a TV VCR deal where you could set the VCR to a channel and record.
Right. Oh, man, yeah, I forgot all about. That's awesome.
Because, you know, back then, you know, my brother, we shared a bedroom at the time, and he always wanted to come in, and he always wanted to watch shit that he wanted to watch, and so I'd always have to set the VCR at a certain time to record, and then later on, you know, either night or the next day, I would go back and, you know, watch, you know, the Raw or the Nitro or.
Right. Now let me ask you this: do you have any of those tapes left?
I think I still got like a box, but they're probably buried in this fucking shed out back.
Oh man, if we look, bro, if we ever get a chance to hang out, you're bringing that box.
Yeah.
Because I want to go through those tapes, and I want to if they're still good.
There's no, like I said, there's no like. I remember at one point, like years ago.
Yeah.
I remember going through going out there and grabbing a few every now and then and
watching them,
and I'd forget what was on them.
That's awesome.
I record, I'd find like not just like wrestling, but like I'd find movies that I recorded that I was like, wow, I don't even remember ever recording this.
Yeah, when you did so much back in the 90s, just like I did with movies, man. We used to record like 4 movies on one VHS tape, 3 or 4.
I remember it was funny. I used to do sometimes when I'd be getting drunk. I would just put a tape in the VCR and start recording, and sometimes I would just pass out and wake up in the morning and look back and see what the hell I was watching.
Oh man, that's cool.
Because there's sometimes you won't even remember what the hell you're watching, and you go back and watch basically what you're like, wow, okay, I got this movie on record. Okay, cool.
Yeah, which is what I like about the one thing that I like about that is like seeing the old commercials that we haven't seen in a long time. So it's cool to see that again. That's once in a while I'll find some cool commercials on YouTube and whatnot.
Yeah, I love it. Like they had a video on there. Somebody made like a 2-hour like video of nothing but 80s commercials, and it was just like one after another, and you're just like, wow, like you could actually remember watching some of these commercials when you were a kid.
Right. Yeah, that's some good times, man.
Yeah.
I love it, man. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, but yeah, man, one of these days if we ever get a chance to hang out, we are gonna bring.
Huh? I said we're gonna rock the house, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, bring a box of those tapes so that I can preserve them, because I record like my home videos, all my home videos I've recorded to my computer, and I could. So once they're recorded to a computer, you can back them up on hard drives, and they're saved forever.
Yeah.
VHS tapes, they only last so long before they are, completely.
Yeah, because I found some that at one point they got mold in them or something.
Right. Yeah. They only last so long. That's why they gotta be.
Yeah.
Backed up on computers and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's why you transition that shit over to DVD and have it forever.
Yeah, even DVDs, they don't last forever. They'll last a while.
That's what sucks about DVDs. Like, with VHS tapes, when things, you couldn't break a VHS tape. You get a little scratch on a DVD, that DVD's fucked.
Yeah, well, unless if you have a DVD cleaner.
Yeah, which
a scratch remover. They used to sell those back in the day, like at Best Buy. And
I bought one time just to see how it would do, and it didn't really do shit.
Really?
Yeah, like I took a scratched up DVD, put it in there, the whole thing like they were telling me to do, run this thing, and come out, and it's like, wow, it didn't do a fucking thing to it.
Oh, damn. Yeah. I remember them having those at Best Buy and other stores.
Yeah.
Scratch removers.
I remember there was a thing at this one video store back there, like you could go in, like you could take a scratched up DVD, and you could pay them $1, and they would run it through their like cleaning thing.
Yeah.
And it would come out, and it would look like brand fucking new again.
Yeah, they still have those at Disc Replay, where if you could take a disc in that's scratched up, or that won't play your movie or game, and they'll for like $2 or $3, they'll put it in their machine and clean it up, and then when they do, it's like brand new again. No scratches, which is cool. But they get those heavy duty machines, I think they're pretty expensive, professional, that fix your discs, which is pretty cool. I'd like to have one in my house, but I don't know what they run. They're probably like $1,000, something like that.
Yeah, and there's no telling, especially how high everything is nowadays, dude. Like,
do you remember the movie Body Count with Ice-T and Melissa Milano?
Yeah, I think I watched it one time on HBO, and I don't very vaguely remember it.
Yeah, I remember that on cable. I don't remember the movie too much, but I remember that popping up on cable.
Yeah, I remember. That's another girl I was always a big fan of growing up, was Alyssa Milano.
Yeah, I mean, she was in Commando.
Yeah, I mean, you got to figure she got her start off as a kid on that show, Who's the Boss, with, I forgot his name.
Tony Danza. Yeah. She was also in Speed Zone.
Yeah, I'm sure her career went from that. She started getting all those other deals like Commando, and then you see her, as getting older in like Speed Zone. That was a funny part in Speed Zone where she's trying, test driving like a brand new pickup truck, and the guy is like telling her, like, go on, Marlene, hey, give her a little gas. I'm not real secure yet with my driving. And he's just like, it's like, He's like, what's this? What's this? A Volvo. A Volvo! Pass him! Pass him! Step on the gas! Pass him! Pass him! Lord. It's like he did not want for some reason, did not want like a foreign car to be in front of them.
Yeah.
And then that's when they wound up like the two girls in the Ferrari like come up and like pass like, and they start like having like a deal where they're side by side going down the road like, and Alyssa Milano's like thinking, I think we should pass them just in case. He's like, I don't think so. I definitely don't think so. I was like, let's go. And they're gone.
Nice. I'm not even sure if I really seen that movie or not.
I did, dude. I've always like.
I know it's like a Cannonball Run movie, though. I know that.
It is. I mean, in a way, they should have titled that Cannonball Run Part 3.
Yeah. Well, it's also known as Cannonball Forever.
Yeah.
So it kind of like maybe it kind of ties in with the Cannonball Run films.
It's got like I mean,
And John Candy's in it.
Yeah, John Candy. That was a great part for him seeing.
And it's also got Eugene Levy. So those two played in quite a few movies together.
Yeah, dude, they have such a funny deal in like Speed Zone. Like Eugene Levy's always playing these fucked up pranks on. Like in the beginning, he pulls up and John Candy's sitting in like a little guard shack watching the original Cannonball Run, and he pulls up, sneaks up with a bullhorn and one of those air horn cans, puts the air horn in the fucking thing, and just and it freaks John Candy out where he runs up, hits the wall, and the whole little thing just falls over.
Damn.
He's like, oh, Charlie, I didn't know you were in there, I swear.
Yeah. Another cool movie that I always liked that Melissa Milano was in, but she didn't star in it, but she was in it, was a film called Dickie Roberts, former child star.
Yeah.
With David Spade, and there was an all-star cast in that film.
I love the song that they did at the end, showing all, the whole collaboration of former child stars.
Yeah, singing. There was quite a bit of them.
On your television.
Yeah, it says child stars on your television song, and there's a lot of people.
Yeah, you got like
Corey Haim, Corey Feldman.
Yeah, you got the what was it? The three, like most of all the kids from the Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
Remember, she's like, "Don't call if one more person calls me Marsha." It's his fucking head.
Christopher Knight. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, dude. Like all of them from the show What's Happening. There's a lot of them that are dead now.
Yeah, a lot of them passed since then. This movie came out in 2003, over 20 years ago.
Yeah, that was a good movie though, man. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that one, she was good in the film Fear with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, dude, that was one of the best movies. Like,
yeah,
I remember buying, like, I remember getting that movie when we were still in high school.
Yeah, I know. We watched that, and we were all shocked when he got thrown out that fucking window.
Yeah, when his body smacked the pavement, he was just like, oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, he got it pretty bad. What a hell of a cool movie, man. That
part though, when Reese Witherspoon is like confronting her about, like, she knows that, what she saw between her and Mark Wahlberg, and she's like walking away from her. It's like, please, you're my only friend.
Right. Hell yeah, it's
a
powerful movie, man. That's a hell of a Mark Wahlberg film, and it came out in '96, which is another, like, 96.
96
it had so many good movies, and I've said this before, probably in other videos, that 1996 had just a boatload of fantastic movies, man. Man.
I mean, dude, that was what was so cool is when I brought that movie Fear in school, like at first it was just me and you watching it, and the next thing you know, all of our other classmates like sat down and all like everybody started watching. Everybody was getting like into it, like, whoa, this is actually pretty good, you know?
Oh yeah.
Mark Wahlberg just playing a fucking like you
Crazy
think
fuck,
he's like,
dude.
yeah, you think at the beginning of it
He's
like,
so like normal, but
you find out he's just fucking crazy,
Yeah.
and he's like totally obsessed with Reese Witherspoon.
yeah, big time. Yeah, that was a pretty good, powerful film that Reese was in. She was in some really good films.
Remember Freeway?
Yeah, I was just about to mention that film, Freeway.
Yeah.
They made a second Freeway as well, I believe.
Yeah, it was, dude. I mean, it was. I've seen it. It's just like it was a weird movie. It had that I'm trying to remember her name, but she was in Blade Trinity. Natasha Lyonne. Yeah, that was, and her and this other girl, like they're just like they escaped from prison or something, I think, and they're just like out just being crazy, doing any kind of drug they can get their hands on. They're even resorting to like doing the spray paint in bags, inhaling that shit just to get high from it.
Damn, yeah, the first one was kind of out there, man. It was.
Yeah,
That's another one that hit HBO.
Yeah,
Back in the day, and she messed up Kiefer Sutherland big time.
yeah, because he was gonna fucking kill her. And
Yeah,
that dialogue that he was saying when she's like, "You gonna fuck me after I'm dead?" That's like, what the fuck, you know?
yeah, that's crazy. Oh yeah, Brittany Murphy was in that film as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was good. I liked her in movies.
I tell you a movie that I really like Brittany Murphy in, because she just played such a weird in a way, was Girl Interrupted. She played she played one of those crazy girls where you can obviously tell there's something wrong with her, because the way she acts, like she'll eat nothing but chicken brought to her from her dad.
Yeah.
And she winds up getting the house, and then Winona Ryder and what's her name? Damn, why can't I think of her name now?
We're talking about Girl Interrupted, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie. I don't even know why. I couldn't remember her name there for a second.
Yeah.
But Angelina Jolie, Winona Ryder show up to her house, and you could tell she's resorting to cutting herself and looking like crazy, and Angelina Jolie confronts her about something and tells her what she the hard truth that this and that blah 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 blah, and she gets mad and goes upstairs please be gone by morning, don't wake me up early, I like to sleep in. And then Winona Ryder goes out in the middle of the night, comes back in the morning, and you just hear this song playing upstairs, and she's asking Angelina Jolie has she come down yet? And she's like, no, but she's been playing that shit all morning. And she goes upstairs, and you find out that the music just keeps repeating itself because it's on one of those old school record things.
Oh yeah, repeating.
Yeah, and they're looking, and she goes to the bathroom, opens the door, and she's fucking she hung herself.
Damn. She was also in Clueless. which was a pretty big film back in the '90s. But I always felt like her breakthrough role, where she really shined, is in the movie called "Don't Say a Word."
Yeah.
With Michael.
I'll never tell.
Right, with Michael Douglas. I thought, wow, this is really going to make her acting.
Yeah, like she
big
did.
Time.
She took on a whole new level of a role in that.
Yeah, she really brought it then. Since then, I thought, yeah, she's.
And then she did 8 Mile and.
Yeah, 8 Mile is really good. I like that film.
Yeah.
She was. Oh yeah, that's right. She was in Sin City.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, she passed away.
Yeah,
in like 2009, I believe.
Yeah, I remember getting news that she passed away, and I remember I just felt so bad because she was one of those actresses that I always admit that I, had a crush on.
Yeah, she was a good-looking girl. She was cute.
Yeah.
So I noticed she was like in her first few movies, she wasn't like heavy. She was, she's always been thin, but then like at some point she got like really thin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it says, even here in her Wikipedia it says in the early 2000s, Murphy lost a large amount of weight.
Yeah, so you can tell. You can tell in her earlier movies, like in Clueless, Girl Interrupted, those movies, and then you see her in Don't Say a Word, and that, and you tell, wow, she just looks so different in a way.
Right, she dropped weight for sure.
She dropped weight, she changed her hair.
Yeah, and she was only 32 when she passed. She passed December 20th, 2009.
That's too fucking young, man.
That is pretty young. That's horrible.
But like I said, I remember watching Girl Interrupted and seeing her in that movie, and you almost feel bad for her, how fucked up in the head she was. It's man, that sucks. And when she's told the truth, it's she couldn't take it. She's I'm out of this world.
Right, that's wild. Oh, that's right. She was in that movie Just Married with Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
That was another big film.
I don't think I've ever watched that movie.
I've seen it once. Maybe twice. I've seen Sin City at the theaters.
Yeah, Sin City was a fucking trippy movie.
Cool. It was cool how they filmed it and whatnot.
Yeah, it's they filmed the majority of it black and white, but they made certain things that were color.
Right.
It
was like a comic book type thing. It's a Frank Miller,
it was really cool though how they did it. I was impressed by that and the stories of it.
Oh yeah.
That's Mickey Rourke's fucking character, Marv.
There's a lot of good characters in this. Phil Clive Owen, Mickey Rourke, Bruce Willis, Elijah Wood.
I like when all the cops came to Mickey Rourke's room. He's like, "I'll be right out," and he just busts her.
Yeah, he was a tough son of a bitch in that film.
Yeah,
he was looking for this girl that got killed. Who did it to her?
And she was he's going out finding people that would know something and basically torture them until they told him that what he needs to know.
Right.
I remember one scene. He's driving down the road and he's just dragging a guy on the ground. He's like, I don't know about you, but I'm having a ball.
Yeah. The movie was pretty good. Even the second film called A Dime to Kill For.
Yeah, that was good.
It was good, not as good as the first.
No, but it had its parts. It finished up a lot of stuff. It showed Jessica Alba get her revenge on.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The one guy, Powers Booth.
Mickey Rourke, I believe, is still a badass.
Yeah, and but yeah, I hated the way Joseph Gordon-Levitt went out in the second Sin City movie.
Oh yeah.
Gets fucking just shot, and the guy's just take him out back, get rid of him, divvy up his money.
I haven't seen it in a while, so I don't remember that part.
I do. I thought that was so bold. Like, it's like like basically he was Powers Booth's son,
Right.
and Powers Booth didn't want to even acknowledge him as his son. He's like, the only son I had was my boy. Talking about the yellow bastard from the first Sin City.
Right. Played by what's his face?
Oh,
Yeah, Nick Stoll.
that was a
He's a
great.
fan. Yeah.
That was a great job, Nick Stoll.
Oh yeah, they gave him some good dialogue. He's a hell of a good actor.
Yeah, he's like, he recognized my voice, Hardigan?
Yeah.
I bet you can't remember my face, but I know you recognize my voice.
Yeah, I loved Nick Stoll in that one movie based on a true story. What was
Bully.
it? Bully. Yeah, that movie is fantastic. I love that film, Bully.
He was crazy, man. Like,
Yeah.
the way he treated Brad Winfro
Right.
was...
Well, that's how it went down in real life too, apparently. And that's a powerful fucking movie. If anybody wants to see a powerful movie with teenagers,
Yeah.
go check out Bully.
Remember they stopped at, like, a liquor store in the beginning with the girls, and he's telling Brad Winfro, like, get a bottle of tequila, and he's like, you want to give me some money? I only got like $6 to my name, and he grabs his ears. I'm like, what was that, boss? You gonna get the booze now, boss?
Right. It's fucked up. That's what the girl says. You is an asshole.
Oh, and he was too, man. Like,
Yeah,
But
that's a trip.
the way they fucking just took him out though at the end, like that was horrible. Like fucking Brad, like he gets stabbed and he's yelling like, Marty, and he just walks up to him and just sticks him right in the damn gut.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, hell of a good movie, man. Powerful.
Yeah, they all get busted at the end, and like they're showing them, and then it's showing them like this person got 6 years, this person got 20. I think like the one guy got like 12 years just for being there. Like he didn't even like take part in the murder, and like he was just like
The one,
he was,
plus what about the girl that kept in the back seat?
yeah, she got what they're saying, like she wound up getting like 6 years.
Wow.
Just for being there, dude. Like,
And this happened over 20 years ago, so I'm wondering, like, what are their lives like now?
I don't know, man. Like, I don't know.
That's a trip. I'm gonna have to look that up online, just to see what their lives are like now
Yeah.
after that whole incident. I bet they're all thinking now, like, why the fuck did we do that?
Yeah. Like, why didn't, like...
Young, dumb fucking kids, man.
Yeah. They
That's
should
crazy.
I look at it, instead of killing them, they should have just took them out there and, like, beat the shit out of them and just told them, like, hey, look, fuck with any of us again, you know?
Your days of terror are over, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because, he was a bully piece of shit that did what's-his-face wrong. I forgot the actor's name.
Many times. Like, remember the part where, like, he walks in when he's having sex with his girlfriend and he smacks her with a belt? He sits up like, what the fuck? He's like, I'm next. And then socks him out, like, knocks him out cold. Like, what the hell? Like, how can you do that to your own, supposedly your best friend?
Yeah. Treating him like that.
Yeah.
That film came out in 2001, so that was, over 20 years ago.
Yeah, but still, that...
And that, Brad Winfro, man, and Nick
Yeah,
Stahl, those two really brought it, man. The fucking, they can act.
It's sad that damn Brad Winfro ain't, passed away now, too.
You're right. I think he died of a drug overdose, I believe.
Yeah, that sucks because, he was actually a good, talented actor.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, he got his start as a kid playing in that movie, The Client.
Right, which is a damn good movie.
Yeah, that was a trippy movie. Like, he was funny in that movie as a kid. Like, he didn't take no shit from nobody.
From what I'm seeing here, it says Renfro, he was found dead on January 15th, 2008, and he was only 25 years old.
That's too young, dude. That's too young to be going out, man.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I remember he did he did a lot of movies. Like did The Client. Remember he was in that movie called At Pupil. What was that? Deuces Wild.
Yeah, remember Sleepers?
Yeah, Sleepers.
That's a hell of a... At Pupil is a fucking powerful movie.
Yeah,
Dude.
I remember getting buying it on VHS one time.
Me too.
I watched it, and the way he
that's back when movie making was fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, he was like blackmailing the one old guy
who was
like a Nazi or something.
Yes, part of the war, doing war crimes.
He was making him dress up in his old suit, making him do like the Hail Hitler signs, and remember that he wound up driving the old man crazy to where he was gonna.
Yeah, he actually started to churn on bread and all that.
I remember at the end, like he's laying in the hospital bed, and he pulls his IV tube, and he starts like blowing air in his IV tube to fucking kill him.
Right, to kill himself. Yeah, because he was caught by then, and he knew he's going to go to jail for life.
Yeah, so it's
probably sentenced to death for all the crimes he committed.
Yeah, that was
crazy. That movie, that was a fucking great movie. People, I mean, he had a hell of a career with The Client, Sleepers, At Pupil, Bully. I'd have to say those are some of his best films.
Like I said, Deuces Wild.
Deuces Wild is another good one,
Yep. That was a great movie, too. I remember watching that thinking, man, this movie is great.
Yeah. Deuces Wild was a pretty cool film. Stephen Dorff.
Had Norman Reedus, who later went on to become Daryl in The Walking Dead.
Yep. We had Matt Dillon.
Yeah.
We even had Johnny Knoxville.
In this. Yeah, Johnny Knoxville. Remember had that one chick from The Craft. I forgot her damn name, but Farrah Bulk. Yeah, she was in it.
Farrah Bulk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Johnny fucking Knoxville. That's cool.
Remember that one guy that he always gets beat up and his car got trashed, and he's like all mad, like storming out to his car. He's like, Jimmy Pockets, you motherfucker, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
They have that big like rumble scene at the end where they're all fighting and beating the shit out of each other. And
right. Did you know that Farrah Bulk, her first movie was Return to Oz from 1985? I've seen that many times as a kid.
You know what? I remember seeing it too, and I always thought it was such a weird. It was like a.
It's a weird ass movie, but it works. It fucking works, man.
What were the one things like Fear the Rollers or?
Yeah, I think that's. I don't know what they were called. I haven't seen it in a while, but I wonder if that's on DVD.
I don't know.
It has to be.
I like I said, I remember seeing that too, and that was so trippy. Like she was in like a room, and she just grabbed something, and go, Oz.
Yeah, I remember her being like on a flying couch, with a deer head and all this shit, and man, what a cool, just different type of movie.
Yeah.
Then she was in The Craft.
Yeah, dude, she was in The Water Boy.
Yeah, oh yeah, she was in The Island of Dr. Moreau too.
Yeah.
The 90s version. That's a cool movie. Oh yeah, American History X.
Yeah.
Yeah, and The Water Boy.
American History X had one of the most powerful endings you'll ever see in a movie, dude. Like,
yeah, I don't even think you could fucking make a film like that now.
I don't know, like the scene where like Edward Furlong gets shot in that bathroom.
Right, it was crazy.
And then Edward Norton, I like how they drowned out all the other sounds and they just had like music playing, and you seeing like Edward Norton like bum rushing through people, like running, and the one guy's like stopping him it's like, no, it's like, get out of my way, get out of my way.
Yeah, and even before that, around the beginning, where he tells that guy to put his mouth on the curb,
Oh yeah, because
say goodnight. I
they're
couldn't
trying-
believe that shit.
Yeah, it's like, step on the curb. Now put your mouth on the curb. I
He-
say, and you see him like, you see him just come down with his foot like, oh.
I remember Edward Furlong saying in an interview, he said after he read the script, he was telling, I think, the director, he says, can we be filming something like this?
Yeah, because it was a
'Cause
very powerful movie.
Yeah,
like
it's an edgy fucking movie, man.
yeah, and it's just like that was crazy, a crazy ass movie. And
You know.
remember, what was crazy was the one guy. I can't remember his name, but he started off being a really big, heavy set guy.
No, his name is Ethan Suplee.
Yeah, Ethan Suplee.
Yeah, he used to be really heavy, but now
Yeah,
that
remember-
motherfucker,
yeah.
not only did he lose weight, but he muscled the fuck out.
Yeah,
He looks like The Rock.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
in that movie, like you see him and he's like big. They even make
Oh, yeah.
fun of him. He's like, "What's up, you fat ass?" And he's like, "I'm not fat, asshole. I'm chunky,
Right.
or I'm husky." Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what he says. Like, But you see him being like so big in that movie.
He was
And
big
then-
for many years.
Yeah, and then you see him like what shocked me was seeing him in that movie God is a Bullet.
Yeah, where he's muscled out. Yeah, he
Yeah,
talks
he's-
about that stuff in interviews.
Yeah,
Where he
talks
lost
about-
weight and
So he went on like a crash diet deal, like
right. He did a certain kind of diet, plus lifted weights, started working, which is fantastic. That's what you
and
gotta do.
also, yeah, seeing him fucking all jacked up like that and God is a Bullet, and you're like, wow, are you sure that's the same guy?
Yeah, yeah. That's what That's what you call taking control of your life, man, and just pushing it.
And
Leveling up, man. Level up.
and that's cool as shit.
Hell
you
yeah.
know?
Plus he's a fucking great actor, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he's done, dude. Not only did he do a lot of movies, he did a show with what's his name, Jason Scott Lee, where he they did a show called My Name Is Earl.
Okay, Jason Scott Lee.
I think that's his name.
Well,
or-
that's Jason Scott Lee. That's Bruce Lee, Dragon, the Bruce Lee story.
No, okay. I think it's Jason. It's some.
No, I
it's
think it's Jason Lee.
Yeah, Jason Lee. My bad. But
I was gonna say.
whatever. They did a show called My Name Is Earl, and that was actually a great ass show.
Yeah.
Like, I had the first couple seasons of it on DVD a while back, and I remember going back and watching it. It was like, man, this show was a great show. You had them. You had Jamie Presley was in it. A bunch of people, and it was just so funny and corny, and it's just like, but it had the real good funny way about it. It wasn't just like, man, this shit's stupid. Nah, this shit's fucking funny as hell.
Yeah, it says from 2005 to 2009, he was a main cast member in My Name Is Earl. He was in 96 episodes. Wow.
Yeah, they did a lot of damn like episodes of that show, man. Like, it was funny though.
That's cool.
Hell yeah.
That's a hell of a good actor too. Every once in a while, you'll see him in a movie, and you're like, "Oh, kick ass, man!"
Yeah, he did a brief part in Clerks too.
Well, yeah, he's been in quite a few Kevin Smith films. As a matter of fact, his first film, he was in Mallrats
Oh, okay, cool.
from 1995. He was also, from what I'm reading here, Chasing Amy. He was in
Yeah.
Dogma. Let's see. Yep, he was in Blow with Johnny Depp.
Damn.
John Q with Denzel Washington. The Butterfly Effect. Yep, that's a fucking great
Oh
movie.
yeah, he was like Ashton Kutcher's buddy, and then like except for like one when he went back, his life was different, and he's like, hey, buddy, he's like, yeah, go fuck yourself, asshole.
It says that he was also in Clerks 3.
Oh, well.
I remember him in Clerks 2. I haven't seen Clerks 3 yet.
No, I seen it. I watched Clerks 3. It was in the $5 bin at Walmart.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know, man. Like, it was nothing like this,
second one?
Like, it had its, this was like a more kind of like serious deal where, like, it has to do with the one guy, first of all, having a heart attack.
Right.
And then he's worried about his life could be over any time, so he wants to make a movie, but he wants to, like, recreate all of, like, the memories, like, they had in, like, Clerks and Clerks 2, and
Right.
and in this one, Rosario Dawson is in the movie, but she's, like, basically, like, a ghost.
Wow.
Where, she just appears to the one guy every now and then, and they just have, like, a talk scene, like, she's trying to get him to, like, move on with his life, and he's telling him, like, I can't, I can't move on.
What a way to take the movie, because Clerks 2 is really good.
Yeah, Clerks 2 is great. Like, like, it was just such a good movie. Like, them working in a burger joint, and just all the shenanigans that goes on, the customers they deal with, and
right. Well, speaking of Kevin Smith's films, my favorite will always be Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. But do you have a favorite?
I would have to say Clerks 2.
Clerks 2, yeah, that one's probably right behind it. I also like the Zack and Marie Make a Porno. That film is fucking great.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh man. Well, if we get a chance to ever hang out, I'll be showing you that film.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'd have to say my favorites. Yeah, definitely Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and then Clerks 2.
Yeah, Jay and Silent Bob was pretty fucking great, but Clerks 2, just like I said, just the way it was done, it was just so funny. Like remember that, what was it, the fucking donkey show?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was so stupid, but see, they thought, it was supposed to be a girl supposed to be doing that stuff, and it's like where's Kelly? He's like, right here. It's like, I thought this is a sexy stud. Like, I'm the sexy stud.
Yeah. They also did Jay and Silent Bob reboot, which was pretty good, but it definitely wasn't as good as the Strike Back film.
I noticed, like I said, that film was good, but it wasn't like that, and Clerks 3 just didn't hold up to the originals.
Right. I totally agree, man.
And then the fact in Clerks 3, they fucking kill off the one guy at the end.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember, like, not the one guy with the mustache.
You're talking about, here, let's take a look. Brian? The guy with the goatee?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, let's see. Brian, who plays Dante?
Yeah, Dante. Mr. Dante.
Yeah.
Yeah, he winds up at the end having a heart attack as well, and then he winds up, like, they show him in, like, a thing where he's sitting in, like, a movie theater by himself and watching the video that made remembering all the memories, like, but instead of seeing what the reenactments they did, he was actually seeing the actual footage from Clerks 1 and Clerks 2 that they...
Right.
And, like, Rosario Dawson comes and sits down next to him, and they're holding hands, and he just says something to her like, "You ready?" And she's like, "Don't you want to see the end of the movie?" He's like, "No, I trust the director." And they just get up and, like, walk off, and they show, he winds up, like, flatlining and dying.
Man. You noticed that I think it was Clerks. Was it Clerks 2? The kid that with the food that sells the food or whatever, and you see him in the third one, he looks a lot different now.
Yeah, you're talking about the one that was always being picked on by the
Yeah.
one.
What's his fucking name?
Damn, what was his name in that movie?
Elias?
Yeah, Elias.
Elias, okay.
Yeah, dude, in the third movie, he starts off like being like how he was in the second one.
Yeah, but notice how different he looks?
Yeah, because he has like this weird thing where at first he's all believing in Jesus and all this, and then he gets mad because like Jesus won't answer his thing about helping the one Randall get through his heart attack, and he starts like basically saying shit like he was like he turned and basically was like becoming like, what do you call it,
Atheist?
like he started like a cult and shit.
Oh, shit.
And yeah, I was just like, what the hell, like, and he just was dressing weird. He, and it's just like why are they doing this? Like, why can't you just have him look normal? Like,
I don't know. It happens sometimes in movies.
Yeah.
But like I said, I haven't seen the third one. I've seen the trailers. I said, wait a minute, that young guy, he looks a lot older now.
Well, yeah, we got to figure, dude. Like, Clerks 2 came out like in 2005 or some shit like that.
It came out in 2006.
2006.
Right.
And then, like you said, the third one, came out, what, a couple of years ago?
I think, like 2022.
Yeah, so you got to figure that was like 16 years different.
Well, yeah, true. You do. Some people though, when they get older, they still pretty much look the same, but you could tell they get older, but he looks like kind of a lot different.
I understand. Yeah.
Some people just look really different as they get older. It's kind of weird, but whatever.
That happened to this guy in that show Breaking Bad. They had him in the show Breaking Bad, which came out like years ago, and then like several years later they made a movie called El Camino, which they brought him back, but after like that 5-6 year time span, like he had packed on like a bunch of weight. And you could tell, like, in El Camino, it didn't even look like the same guy.
Damn.
Yeah. It's the same guy that was in that trailer that we seen for that movie. He's like, we're Americans. What kind of Americans are you?
Yeah, they're like, they don't know what to say. Yeah, that's a movie called Civil War.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be badass. Like, I'm waiting for it to come out. Like, I want to see this.
As of right now, I think it's coming out, I want to say April of this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie looks totally fucking wild.
Yeah, remember me and you were talking about that line where he's like, they're like, we're Americans. And he's just like, and he's sitting there with his sunglasses on holding, and he's just like, what kind of Americans are you? Like, what the hell?
It's like, what the hell? These must be like renegade soldiers or something.
Yeah.
Because I noticed in a quick clip after that, one of the younger guys, like a kid or something, got gunned down. And it's just like, damn, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be something really crazy. Like,
It does look like a crazy ass, movie.
It's very rarely that you see a trailer to a movie nowadays that makes you just like, oh man, I want to see this. I want to see this.
Mandy did that for me.
Yeah, Mandy was one of the first ones, because I remember you calling me when you first seen that trailer, and you were just like, dude.
Yeah, you gotta see this trailer. It's fucking balls to the wall.
You were having me jump on YouTube right then and there just to see this and I'm just like,
the same thing with God is a Bullet. When I seen that trailer, I was like, oh man, I gotta tell my friend about that.
And you were telling me like, dude, check out this trailer, man, check out this trailer, and
Yeah.
But we've always been like that. Remember, we did that years back with, like I said, with Feast.
Yeah. Every once in a while, you get a kick-ass trailer that comes out,
Yeah,
and you just
yeah,
like, damn, I got to see this movie.
like another one, Kill Shot. Remember,
Yeah.
but we had to wait like 2 fucking years for Kill
Yeah,
Shot.
the trailer got released at one point, and then it got delayed and delayed.
Yeah, and then when it finally came out, like
Yeah,
like Johnny Knoxville, who you see in the in the trailer, was not even in the movie.
Right,
Like all
right.
his stuff got cut from the movie.
right. It happens. You know,
But it was still,
It's still a- yeah.
still
But I remember when I've seen the movie already, and I brought it over to our friend Butch's house, and you and him, we were all watching it for the first time, and I remember when Mickey Rourke kills that girl, you guys were
Yeah.
like, "Oh fuck," and that
Yeah.
totally set the tone for the movie.
Yeah, because
You know.
he was. If you go, he tells her like he wasn't supposed to have killed her.
Right, the mafia guy, he did not want her dead. He only wanted the old guy dead.
Yeah, but then he was saying that he explained it like, well, sorry, but I don't leave no
Yeah,
witnesses.
that really pissed him off too.
Yeah, and that's when they were going after him, and then plus like he found Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who was being like just a crazy motherfucker, and
Right, but
tried
yeah,
to take him under his wing, and then he winds up killing Joseph Gordon-Levitt at the end of the movie.
oh yeah, he got sick of his mouth.
Yeah, and you remember he shoots him. He's just like, one. Everybody gets one, and he's like, even you. I was like, damn, dude.
But that movie, yeah, called Civil War, that stars Kristen Dunst,
Yeah,
and I believe she's dating that guy or married to that guy.
yeah.
What's his name? Jesse Plemons? Plemons?
Clemens, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's becoming pretty big because Martin Scorsese keeps putting him in movies.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about, dude, if you go back and you see him in Breaking Bad, like,
Yeah, I want to see that show too. I haven't watched
it's
it
such
yet.
a great show, like,
Yeah, I want to get into it.
but when you see him in that, and dude, he's a crazy motherfucker in that show, like,
Yeah,
he, like I said, he winds up gunning down this kid who just happened to be, showed up when they were robbing a train, and they're just like waving at each other, and he just pulls a gun out, just like with not even a thought, just takes the kid out, like,
yeah. I did see that part on YouTube.
yeah. And then there was
Seen
another,
that clip.
there's another like really fucked up part later on where they kidnapped the one guy, Jesse,
Yeah,
and like he tried to get away at one point, and he's telling him like, I don't care what you do, kill me, I'm not going back in that fucking hole. And
Wow.
they tie him up and they take him to his girlfriend's house,
yeah,
and they leave him sitting in the truck, and while the guy goes up, knocks on the door, has her come out, and it's like, yeah, he's right over there in the truck, and she walks out and is like looking, and the guy just stands behind her, pulls a gun out, and goes, just to let you know, this isn't personal. And he just caps her right in front of Jesse, like,
wow.
and he lets out a fucking performance, dude, of like they got him gagged, and he just like,
That makes me think of that Clint Eastwood movie that you just watched not too long ago, where the guy loses it because he lost his daughter.
yeah, Mystic River.
Mystic River, yeah. What's his face?
Sean Penn, like he's trying to get through all those cops, and
Right, he's asking, what's his face? Is my daughter in there?
yeah, like, is it her? Is it my daughter?
Yeah,
And then he's just like,
yeah. The cops had to fucking hold his ass down for sure.
well, dude, I mean, you can't imagine like what that would feel like to,
Oh, I know. It would be, most people would probably lose their mind.
Yeah, I mean, he did.
Yeah, that was a powerful moment in Mystic River.
Yeah. It was crazy though, man. Like from begin, like it's funny. Like I'm going back now and watching movies that I've never seen, and Mystic River, I'd never seen it.
And you've seen it for the first time.
Yeah, and
Not
I've
too
seen
long
it
ago.
And I was, dude, that movie tripped me out. Like
I seen it at the theaters.
I was really bothered though by that scene with him killing fucking Tim Robbins though, man. Like
Right.
that was just so stupid. Like, just because his Tim Robbins' wife told him like, I think he killed your daughter, and because she said that, no evidence, nothing else, but besides his wife said, and he's
Just
got
her word.
and he's got a fucked up hand.
Right.
Like all of a sudden, oh, he killed her. He killed her. He didn't.
Right. They come to
And
find
so-
out he had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, and like
There's a
he
bunch of
believed-
kids.
Like he believed it so much that when he was standing there getting ready to, when they had him out there in the water, he was just like telling him like just admit, like he would not even think like
He
this
wouldn't
is
really listen to him.
He wouldn't listen to anything. Like he's trying to tell him the truth. Why his hands fucked up because he beat a damn pedophile to death.
Right.
And he's just like, no, stop lying. You killed her.
It's crazy.
And it really kind of pissed me off. Like, this is like, you've known this guy your whole life, and you can't even give him the benefit of the doubt to listen to him.
And his wife was also like the main girl in The Mist,
Yeah.
who turned like crazy, saying it's
Yeah.
the end times and shit like that.
Yeah.
That movie was pretty powerful too. That ending was fucked up, man. In The Mist.
Let me tell you something. There's not a lot of movies that have a scene that just completely leave me in utter awe.
Right.
But the ending of The Mist, like when he shot
All of them, including his son.
his son, the girl, and the other two people,
And no more bullets, and he's trying to do himself in.
yeah, and he's
he
like
goes
sneaking
out
in the
there.
car and, he's like, come on.
Right. And then the military ends up clearing
Yeah,
the area.
Yeah, realizing that all he had to do was wait like 5 more minutes, and they all would have been completely safe.
Yeah. Ain't that, man, that's crazy.
And that's why, and yeah, and he's on his knees and he's realizing it now. Like
Yeah, he's freaking out.
he didn't have to kill him. Like
Right. That's a
he's
fucking
lost
cool movie.
everything. He's basically lost everything and everybody that he's ever cared about.
Right.
And
Powerful movie.
and that's why, like at the end, like he was broke at the end. That's why he was like,
Yeah. Yeah, some movies do that, man, where they just
yeah, they just
do
leave
some
you
crazy
like,
shit.
Yeah, they just leave you in complete shock. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's like, wow, what the fuck? That's crazy.
They make a lot of them, man. That fucking that just make you like, wow.
Yeah,
Wonder what the hell they were thinking when they made this movie.
Well, it was a Stephen King book, so yeah. I don't know if it's 100% by the book, but I know it's a
It was
Stephen
trippy.
King book.
Remember at the guy running up to the store like, stay away from, like, there's something in the mist.
Yeah,
There's something in there.
yeah, it's a hell of a cool movie, man.
Yeah. Dude, you want to know something really cool that I found out? Do you remember, like, the one biker-looking dude that says, like, hey, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to reach that truck or something, and,
Yeah,
like, with a rope, and then when they pull it, the rope back, like, they've been cut in half? Do you know that guy, that actor, he was the guy from that fucking Chuck Norris movie called Silent Rage.
yeah, I know.
He was like the invincible guy. Dude, that is another good old
Yeah.
school.
Yeah, that's a cool movie, and it's really out of character for a Chuck Norris to do like a horror type movie like that.
Yeah.
Like usually his movies are not that fucking crazy.
No. dude, how crazy was it though? They made it to where no matter what you did to that guy, like
He
you
just kept
can't
coming
kill-
back.
You can't kill him.
Right.
Like,
They kicked
Like,
his
you
ass
have to
down the
like-
well.
yeah, but the thing is, you notice he wasn't dead at the end. Like, he popped up like,
Right.
like
You would have to fucking dismember that motherfucker to get rid of him.
yeah, you had to put
or
him through
blow
like,
his
what-
ass up.
You'd
Or
have to
burn
like,
him.
or shred him,
Right.
like
Do what they, they'd have to do something fucking crazy to get rid of him. Like, blow his
Yeah.
ass up.
But
Or
that
set
was
his ass on fire until he's fucking ashes.
yeah. That was a fucking great movie though. Like, remember the guy like at the beginning of the movie just like flipping out, like he was like renting a room at a house, and you just hear like the kids and everybody like going nuts outside, and he's just like losing it, and he finally just like fuck this, and like didn't he go out there with like an axe or something, was killing people?
Yeah, because he didn't have his. I think he didn't have his meds for a while, so he started to lose it. He was calling his doctor saying, "Doc, I need my meds," or something like to that effect.
Yeah.
And then at some point he just snapped, and
Yeah,
he just took an axe and chased that woman upstairs and axed her ass out. I was just like, damn. Chuck
and they
Norris
wound-
comes in.
And then they wound up like killing him or something, and then
Well, they shoot the hell out of him, but these doctors
give him that stuff to make him like
to keep him alive.
yeah, they make him heal. And
Right, which he did.
remember
And
Ron Silver was in that
yeah,
movie.
yeah, good old Ron Silver. I believe he passed away years ago.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did a lot of good roles too.
Yeah, he was a good bad guy in Time Cop with Van Damme.
Yeah, and Blue Steel,
Yeah,
Jamie Lee Curtis.
yeah, I haven't seen that one in a while.
Yeah, he's also in the Arrival. The original Arrival with Charlie Sheen.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. That's another good movie.
Yeah, that was another trippy.
My dad really liked that film.
Yeah, dude, remember the part how the aliens, like their legs would go like backwards and they just like springing up like
Yeah.
at the end where
That's another film that came out in 1996. I'm telling you, man, that year had like the best run for movies.
1996, baby.
Yeah, I fucking love that year because it's so many good movies. You had like Mission Impossible,
Yeah.
The Arrival. You had Daylight with Stallone. You had Twister. You had Nutty Professor
Nutty Professor.
with Eddie
yeah.
Murphy. You had The Quest with Van Damme. I mean, there was just so many.
I love Twister, man. That was probably one of my all-time favorite movies.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hell
where's
yeah.
that truck? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that's a good month. Yeah, Silent Rage, in 1982.
Damn, that's an old ass movie.
That's old school. You're talking 40 plus fucking years ago.
Yeah.
That movie, had Ron Silver, Chuck Norris.
I forget the one guy's name. The one guy that was like a cop. He was like a partner of Chuck Norris.
Charlie.
Yeah, I remember him in. He did a movie. I remember watching this as a kid, thinking it was such a great movie. It was called Midnight Madness.
Okay.
It was Michael J. Fox's first movie he ever done.
Let's see. Yep, it's right there. He was
Yeah.
also in Animal House.
Yeah.
The guy that played Charlie.
Yeah.
What's his name? Stephen First?
Yeah, he was, dude. He was funny as hell in Midnight Madness. There's a part right at the beginning when his character is introduced. He's sitting in this like convertible car at like one of those like drive-in deals, and he's just like laying on his horn like over and over, like he's eating like French fries, drinking a milkshake, and he's just like railing on the horn like, come on already. And they bring him like a burger, and he just immediately like pulls the bun off, grabs the cheese, and like throws the cheese at the waitress, grabs a handful of fries, and just dumps the whole fucking tray of food like right on the ground.
Yeah, Michael J. Fox must have been real young in that movie because that came out in 1980.
Really? That movie's that fucking old?
Yeah, Midnight Madness came out February 8th, 1980. Wow.
Damn. But yeah, like you got to figure that was way before the Back to the Future movies.
Yeah, that was before he was really famous.
I would probably say, if anything, he was probably like a teenager.
He had to been.
Madness.
He had to been a young teenager.
Yeah.
I mean, Michael J. Fox became big in that TV show.
Yeah, Growing Pains.
Right.
Growing Pains. No, that wasn't Growing Pains. That was
Or Family Ties.
Family Ties. Yeah.
Yeah.
Growing Pains was the one with Kirk Cameron.
Yeah. Family Ties. That's what's made him known. And then once he did the first Back to the Future film, then boom, that's it. After that, he did Teen Wolf, which was pretty good.
Teen Wolf, yeah, that was one of my favorite movies.
I mean, he's did some, everybody knows him from Back to the Future, but he's done some solid films in between and after. Like Casualties of Fucking War. That's another one that fucked with me.
Casualties of War, oh my god, dude.
One of these days, in the future, we're going to do a full review on that. That fucked with my head, what they did to that girl. I was so fucking pissed.
Yeah, not only they went in there, fucking grabbed her.
They grabbed her, they raped the fuck out of her.
They beat her.
And then they gut her.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, you motherfuckers, man, I would fucking kill you all for that shit.
And then they make her fall off the damn cliff.
Yeah, and they shoot her off a cliff. It's like, what the fuck?
Like, you guys just made that,
You motherfuckers like that are gonna burn in hell, dude.
Hell yeah.
That was a powerful movie, man. Really good. And also, he did another film, The Hard Way, with James Woods.
Yeah, he did that, what was that fucking one movie he did where he was like a doctor in a town or something? Doc Hollywood.
Yeah, Doc Hollywood. He also did The Frighteners, which is really good.
Frighteners, yeah.
He had a small part in Mars Attacks.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yep.
Mars Attacks, man, that fucking movie was crazy.
Yep. But yeah, Casualties of War is really good.
Yeah, that fucking movie, man.
Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
The Hard Way was really good. Life with Mickey.
Yeah.
For Love or Money, that's another old school. You don't see films like that no more.
No. It's
Not
very
like that.
hard. Like some of the movies that you try to look for are like very hard to find. If you find it, you better pick it up,
Yeah, some are. But nowadays, companies are bringing them back and putting them out on Blu-ray. Like I was saying, MVD likes to go after old films. So does Shout.
Well, I know how it is. Like, I go after some old films myself that I remember growing up. Like,
right.
How I got like that one movie I sometimes talk about, that Tim Conway, Don Knotts movie called The Prize Fighter.
Yeah.
That came out like the late 70s, and I remember seeing that movie as a kid, and I was always a fan of Tim Conway and Don Knotts. I thought they were funny as hell, and they did quite a few movies, but this Prize Fighter movie always stood out to me because just the way it was done, about boxing and all this stuff, and I remember I seen it quite a bit when I was a kid, and then I remember always thinking, if I find this movie on VHS or something like that, I'm gonna grab it. And I could never find the video of it. I
Right.
remember, like, all the video stores we used to go to, I would search every video store to see if they carried this movie, and
They didn't.
nothing ever carried it. I remember to eventually, I think, one point I gave up searching for it because it's like, I'm probably never going to find it. And
Right. Well, sometimes after a while, films go out of print,
yeah,
and they don't come back for a long time unless if they get some sort of like collector's edition with a new Blu-ray and a new transfer and all that. But yeah, a lot of times they just go out of print and they're gone for a while.
yeah. I remember, it was funny though. I remember in like 2003, I was out one day, me and my cousin out driving around, hitting some, places that I remember I went to a different part of town I never went to before, and I found this little video store, like party store deal, and we went in and I was looking at the movies, and they had like a box of movies for sale, and
Right.
started thumbing through them, and sure enough, right there was a copy of The Prize Fighter.
That's cool.
I was like, and I think it was like $3-4. I was just like, I didn't care what it cost. I'm like, dude, yeah, I'm fucking buying this. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
had the VHS tape for like a long time, and then forget. I think I wound up losing it or selling it or something, and like years later, I met this friend of mine, and we were talking about movies, like, and she was a Tim Conway, Don Knotts fan as well, and I was telling her about that movie, The Prize Fighter, like, telling her I can't never find the movie on, DVD or nothing like that, and like a couple weeks later, she walked up to me and reached into her bag and handed me a brand new sealed copy of The Prize Fighter on DVD.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And that's one thing. Another thing too, I'll always hold on to that movie, because not just because of that, but because of the sentimental value that my friend thought enough of me to, to get me this movie.
Right. Yeah. We definitely love old school movies, man.
Yeah. I mean, there's just something about that movie that always just, like I said, always remembering, like, the storyline of it, the way that, like, this bumbling fool Tim Conway can just get in a boxing ring and can just beat these well-built, like, boxers. It was just like, there's no way that would happen in real life, He would get his ass handed to him.
Right.
Only reason he didn't, the only reason he was winning because this mob guy was paying all the fighters to take dives for him.
Yeah.
Because he had like a plan set up. He was going to get him into, like a world title fight, make a bet with this gym owner that, if he loses, he has to lose his gym or whatever.
Right. Good stuff. I don't even know if I've ever seen that film or not.
Well, if we ever hang out, I got, like I said, I got it on DVD.
We'll watch it. Yeah, definitely.
It's pretty cool to watch. It's,
Oh yeah, I like it. I like any old school movie pretty much. But anyways, I think we're gonna wrap this one up.
Oh yeah, yes, we should. I think
We're over 2 hours on this one. This one's a long one.
Yeah, and I think it's time for us to take a little break too. So,
Hell yeah. But yeah, this one was a really cool podcast. Usually I go about an hour long, but the flow felt really good on this one, and I was like, fuck it, we're just going to go with this.
yeah,
We were just going from one cool thing to another,
exactly. That's what we do, man.
Hell yeah.
I mean, hell, if I didn't have to go take a piss break, we'd probably go for another 3 hours.
I don't know about another 3 hours, but yeah.
I mean, dude, there's so many movies out there. Like,
Oh yeah, that we can talk to. But plus, we're now also we get into reviews now. We're starting to pump out reviews on movies now.
So a lot of these movies we're talking about,
Yeah, we'll be definitely
most likely
reviewing.
see us do a review on.
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll definitely be reviewing. There's so many out there that there's no way that we'll even be able to scratch the surface.
Yeah,
When it comes to reviews, but we'll do what we can.
that's all we can do, man. That's all we can do. Is we can't do no more.
We do what we can for as long as we can, and that's all we can do. But yeah, this was a fantastic podcast tonight. It was cool going from, like I said, one thing to another. Also, before we ended, I want to say rest in peace, Carl Weathers.
Yes, sir, man. Rest in peace, Apollo.
Yes, hell of an actor. And he seemed like a really cool, nice guy, too, when you see him in interviews and whatnot. He just seems like a really cool guy.
Yeah.
And also we didn't mention he was in that Hulk Hogan movie.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, I forgot the name of it.
From the late night, like 97.
Yeah, wasn't it called like Assault on Devil's Island?
Yeah, I believe that's the name of it. It had a good casting in that as well.
Yeah.
That was a cool movie.
It had Gene Simmons' wife in it.
Yep, it had Billy Blanks was in it. Quite a few. I think the main bad guy in the Karate Kid was in that as well. I forgot his name, but he was in the Karate Kid 1 as the main teacher.
Oh.
And he was also in Rambo 2.
Yeah.
I forgot his name. Also, he's back in the new Karate Kid series, whatever it's called. I forgot the name. Cobra Kai, which is pretty cool.
Martin Cove.
Yeah, that's his name. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was. He was. I don't know. I don't know what part he played because I can't remember. I haven't seen the movie in a long time, but he was in the movie Assault on Devil's Island with Hulk Hogan, and I remember back in the late '90s. WCW was hyping up that film, and I watched it the night it premiered.
Because they premiered it right on. They used to do that. They used to premiere.
Yeah.
He's like right after Nitro.
Right. Yeah. They say stay tuned because Friday night we're gonna get Hulk Hogan's new movie. You know, and it's showing trailers. Check out the trailer and whatever and whatnot. I'm like, oh, this looks badass, and I'm like, oh shit, they got Billy Blanks on this bitch. He's fighting Hulk Hogan. I said, man, I'm definitely seeing this. The movie wasn't nothing super great, but it was cool. And at that time, it was pretty cool.
Honestly, I think out of all of Hulk Hogan's movies, like, besides, like, his early stuff,
yeah, like Rocky 3.
Rocky 3, like, No Holds Barred.
Right.
What was the other? Suburban Commando. That was another good one I liked.
Yeah, I mean he's done some cool movies. I think Assault on Devil's Island's pretty cool for its time.
Yeah.
And he had a good build in that, and had muscle tone.
Yeah, he had a part in one of the Gremlins movies.
Yeah, he had a small part where he's telling everybody to sit down, or something like that. Chill out.
Yeah, he's like tearing his shirt off. He's like, "You think the Grimsters can stand up to the Hulkster?"
yeah. But yeah, good stuff. But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this one up.
Sounds good to me.
And hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned because every once in a while I like to post a podcast when we can get around to it. And yes, we're out of here. Have a good one.
Pee-pee.
Yep. Adios.